Hey everyone, welcome back to the Leah Loves to Knit podcast. Today is August 11th, 2025, and this is episode 5. Today I have one finished object, a couple of works in progress to share with you, some Seaside Sock Along prize winners, and a little bit of Knit People Knit Cal news for you. Alright, so let's get started. For my first finished object, my only finished object, I have a photo of it here. This was the Ramble shawl by Andrea Mowry, all out of Yarnaceous Fibers. Here is the tag, and I used the Bronto DK base. One of the colors was called Soyona Santos. I think that's how you say it. Sorry, don't be mad if it's wrong. Soyona Santos was one of the colors, and then the other tag didn't have a color leaning to it, so I'm not actually sure what it was, but I used like a golden yellow and like a creamy white color for the two colors in that shawl. So that was the Ramble shawl by Andrea Mowry. Was supposed to be a sample that Maggie was going to use for the Flock Fiber Festival, but it sounds like with the tracking that it kind of went on an adventure. She said it kind of bounced around in Texas for a little bit and then hung out in Albuquerque for a few days. So I was kind of disappointed that it didn't make it to her in time. Okay, so that was my only finished object for this episode, but I do have two works in progress to share with you real quick. The first one has been here in my Mountain State Stitches bag, and I did finish the very first sock. This is my pattern, the Cozy Sweater Socks, and I finished one. These are going to be for my daughter. I'll zoom in so you can see the texture there. It is so much fun to knit. For this one, I used 3 by the Sea designs. This is the Serene, like this minty green, is the Serene colorway. And then the variegated that I used, like on the cuff, the heel and the toe, is their Butterfly Garden colorway. Do have the second one started, but it is not very far along. So you can see it right there. Not much to it yet, just a little bit of the cuff going, and I just attached that main color there. So this is from 3 by the Sea, and it was a sock set with Serene as the main color, and then heels, toes, and cuffs is using their Butterfly Garden. I thought that was fun just because you've got like the busyness of the pattern, and I wanted it to be seen really clearly. So with the variegated yarn, like on the heels, toes, and cuffs, it just, I don't know, kind of mixes things up. Like that's not something that you see often with sock sets. It's usually a variegated main color and then like a solid or a tonal for your mini skein. So I just thought this was like a fun way to mix it up, make it a little bit different, but still let like the texture of the pattern really shine through on that. And those are going to be for my daughter. I'm knitting the foot to a women's US 7.5. She's not quite there yet in shoe size, but kids grow so fast. So we kind of decided that I'll just knit her socks to my size. So that way, if she grows out of them too quickly, like they don't just go to waste, I can still use them. So for now, that's for her. Maybe it'll be for me later on. For my second work in progress, I'm going to show you the yarn in the bag, yarn in the pattern. I'm going to show you the yarn in the pattern first, and then I'm going to go over like the details of the bag and everything else, because it all kind of ties into the sponsored items that I was going to share for the Knit People Knit Along coming this fall. So if you are new here, I think this is our 4th year. Every fall, I have hosted a Gilmore Girls themed knit along, the Knit People Knit Cal. I think it's from season 7. I don't remember the episode number, but the Gilmore girls are part of a knit along there in Stars Hollow, and that's where the name came from. The knit along will take place in the Ravelry group that you can find linked down below in the description bar. If you go over there, you will find links to all of our sponsors for this year, a post explaining the rules of the knit along, the chatter threads, the finished object thread, and any links that you might need, like if you wanted to go purchase the sponsored item. You'll find all of that over there in the Ravelry group. Most of the prizes are going to be drawn from the Ravelry group, but if you do use the hashtag that I'm sharing right here on Instagram, I'll draw a prize or two from that as well. But most of the prizes are going to come from that finished object thread. I'm using Yarnaceous fibers, and this is in her colorway Stars Hollow Beauty Supply. This is an exclusive one that she has dyed up just for this year's knit along. So you can see the pattern that I have going here. Those little columns going down, it'll be the front of the sock. I just have it like a tiny bit crooked. But those little columns going down the front of the sock there reminded me of dragonfly wings. So kind of played around with some like dragonfly and themed names for this. But this pattern will be ready for testing towards the end of the week. I accidentally threw away the notebook that I had all of my notes in for the pattern. So I'm reworking it up in the Stars Hollow Beauty Supply colorway and just making sure like I have all of those details the way that I originally wanted them, because I deep cleaned so hard that I threw my pattern notebook away with the rest of the mess. So that's the Stars Hollow Beauty Supply, and I have the Stars Hollow mini set. It was also from Yarnaceous Fibers, and she's named all of these after different places around Stars Hollow. So there was, this one is Kim's Antiques. I think this one, oh gosh, I don't remember the name, and it's not on here. I think it had something to do with the library. The blue, I believe, was a Chilton themed. The gold was Luke's, Stars Hollow Beauty Supply, and this was the Dragonfly Inn. So I'm not sure if they're still available on Maggie's website or not, but if they are, I'll put a link down below. So I'm working up my sock pattern in this pink Stars Hollow Beauty Supply. And if they're still available, I might need to go ahead and get a purple too, because that would kind of make sense with what I have going on, like the Dragonfly Inn theme here. So this is sponsored yarn, and you will get an extra entry every time you knit a pattern with sponsored yarn for the knit along. And then I will show you Katie's bag here. This is one of our sponsored bags. This is by Katie's Randomness, and this is the one that I'm working on. This is the one that I'm using for this particular project. Just got an orange lining in there, and if they're still available, I'll go ahead and link that down below too, so you can get to her Etsy shop easily. And then I also have a tote bag from Katie's Randomness. You were here last year. She did another tote bag. It was the old Muddy River Bridge themed. So if you've seen the episode, the Knit People Knit episode of Gilmore Girls, like their knit along is raising money for the old Muddy Bridge, the restoration project, I think. So this year's tote bag, you can choose like a khaki color or this pink. I chose the pink because it's super cute. And then it has the Knit People Knit 2025 on the back, which is optional. When you check out, you can add if you want that or not. And I thought it was really fun that the front of this matched the fabric over here that she used on the bag as well. It's really cute, and I love how they go together. And then I also thought it was fun that Maggie's yarn, especially the pink and the purple colorways, just go so well like with this set here. So that was from our sponsor, Katie's Randomness, and the yarn is Yarnaceous Fibers. Right, and then our second bag is from Courtney of the Knit Now Swatch Later podcast. Her shop is called White Rose Fiber Co. on Etsy. I'll link that below as well. She did, she's got 2 sizes going. This is the larger size. She's got the Gilmore Girls seams pattern at the top, and she paired it with like this cute khaki bottom. And then on the inside, she's got this blue print here. And my favorite part, let's see if I can get it to zoom in for you. My favorite part was the zipper pull. There's a little dragonfly and a little coffee mug on there. Thought that was a really cute, like, extra detail that she added to this. So this is our second sponsored bag. So as you knit for the knit along, which starts September 1st and it ends November 30th. I'm not sure if I said that already, but you can put 1 project per project bag. So you can reuse the bag for extra entries multiple times, but you have to bind off the project that's in it before you can use it again for a second project. It's like the project that I have in here the bag wouldn't count a second time until I have knit both socks, bound them off, or kitchener the toes, but the project is complete, and then I can take this out and put a second project in to use it again for another entry, if that makes sense. And then, like, say you buy a skein to make the sock pattern that I'm working on, which will release early September, and you have leftovers. So maybe you pair the leftovers of that with like a mini set. So you can reuse the leftovers too, as long as they're used in separate projects. So depending on like what sponsored items you've purchased, you can work it out so that they earn you multiple extra entries over those 3 months. And if that doesn't make sense, I think that it does. But if that's confusing, the way that I've worded it, go ahead and check out that Ravelry post, because it will all be worded more organized and clearly there for you. So the next sponsored item that I have for you is from Florida Girl Fiber Studio. And it is this sock set here. It is so pretty. It's called It's a Party. But It's a Party was based on season 1, Rory's 16th birthday party. So this is a really fun one. I haven't decided what I'm going to knit up this into yet, but it's definitely going to be some kind of socks. I'm actually thinking that I might try the dragonfly pattern that I'm working on for the knit along in the variegated yarn and just kind of see how that texture turns out. I think that'll be really fun. So this one is from Jackie of Florida Girl Fiber Studio, and I'll have her linked below as well in case she has any sets available still. And then our last sponsor for this year's knit along is Fangirl Fibers. I don't have the yarn with me to show, but going to put some photos over here for you. Emily came up with 2 sock sets this fall. She has 2 sock sets for us this fall. One is called Gnome Kicking, says a lot about a man's character. So that one should be here. And then her second one is called Babette Ate Oatmeal. So both of those are references like to Babette, one of the characters. And if you don't get it, you can start with season 1. That's where the Gnome Kicking came from. So both of those are going to be available, if they're still available. I think it was a pre-order from Emily of Fangirl Fibers, also linked below. So that is all the Gilmore Girls knit along news that I have to share with you. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is going to be the Seaside Sock Along prize winners. Got quite a few prizes over here to give away. So I think I'm just going to get started with this set. I decided to do, because I got so many sets, like sock sets and skeins donated, I am going to do a kind of a bundle here. So the first winner is going to get this cute bag, project bag from Robin's Nest Knits. And I've paired it with, this is called Shoreline Shimmer from Bad Sheep Yarn. And Kelsey of the Littlest Charm Co. I'm not going to open them up, but I'll put a picture in over here of the charms that she created for this. I don't want to mess up the packaging. But she has created these charms based off this and another skein that I'm going to be giving away. So our first winner going to win all 3 of these, and I'm going to put your name down here on the screen. So congratulations. Our second prize bundle is going to be a bag from Katie's Randomness. This is a really cute, like, vintage beach bag. And I found these little crab needle stoppers that I thought paired really well with it. And then my friend Paula, she is Crazy Knits on Instagram. I'm gonna put her username down here. She sent over a bag full of yarn for me to pair up with different prizes. So these are 2 skeins from Paula, and I thought they kind of went, because they're like muted colors, so I just thought they went really well with the back here. I liked the look of those together. So our next winner, your name should be down here on the screen, is going to win the bag, those needle stoppers that disappeared into the big pocket, and 2 skeins from Paula. So congratulations. I've got a couple more prizes for you. And let me see. Okay, so these next 5 skeins of yarn that I'm going to show all come with a code, a Ravelry code for your pattern of choice from Crazy Knits Designs. That is the same Paula that donated the 2 skeins from the last package. And then, let me see. And then one more over here that I'm going to give away. She sent me a bag full of yarn and a little note that said to use it as I saw fit for different prices. So I thought a couple of them kind of looked more fall to me than beachy. So I set those aside to use for the Gilmore Girls Knit Along that we're going to be starting up in a couple of weeks. So I pulled all the beachy looking ones that went well for the Seaside Sock Along. Okay, so the next 5 prizes are going to come with what I show and a code for a free pattern of choice from Crazy Knits Designs. So another set of charms from Kelsey, the Littlest Charm Co. And this skein here, this is called Jack's Beach. It's by Muse 2320. And that is going to go to, congratulations. Okay, and then this is another sock set donated by Paula, Crazy Knits, and it is from Lonesome Pine Yarn Works and the colorway Nebula. I thought those were just like some bright, fun summer colors. So our winner down here on the screen And then, excuse the crinkling, I didn't want to open them up because they were packaged so nicely. The next 2 are both going to have bags on them. But this is the Sea Glass sock set. And this was donated by Stitchin' with Yarn. So our winner here is going to get a coupon code for a pattern of choice from Crazy Knits Designs and a Sea Glass sock set. So congratulations. One more with the crinkles, sorry. This one was donated by, from Granite State Yarns. It is a fingering weight sock set and it's called Celebrate with Joy. It will also come with a pattern of choice to Crazy Knits Designs, so congratulations. And our final prize was donated by my friend Mary, and this is a sock set called Potato Potato. It will also come with a pattern of choice from Crazy Knits Designs. So congratulations to all of our winners. Thank you all so much for participating in the Seaside Sock Along. We had several hundred entries, which was crazy and exciting, but there were so many entries. So I hope you all had fun with that, and I'm planning to do it again probably next summer. Okay, so I think that is it for me, and I will see you all in about 2 weeks for real this time. I'm sorry that it took me so long. We just had a lot of life going on around the house, and I didn't make it back as quickly as I thought. So, all right, see you later. Bye.